What's up, y'all? This is Isaiah B. Let's get right into it, man. Master yourself. Master yourself, man. Figure out, the things that you like, the things you dislike, things that work for you, things that don't, man. It's so important. And people talk about relationships, man. When you're allowing somebody into your world, you have to understand they're going to play a certain role. Now, your job in knowing that is understanding that, you have to check to see if that role that they're going to play in your life is going to work for you or not. If you're someone who's fairly calm, collected, meek, then you might not, have any business dealing with someone who's loud, obnoxious, very colorful, I mean, it could work, but only you can understand if that's something that would work for you or not. That opposites attract type shit, that's not for everybody. Some people just do better and can only really deal with people whom are similar to them or who are involved in things that they like as well. And of course, there's going to be his trials and tribulations. It's not going to be a perfect thing. Sometimes you're going to have to experiment a little bit to learn what you like, similar to trying a certain food. It could be something that you typically get pizza, you typically get fries or something like that. But you never know, you might have to try out that Mediterranean spot. You might gotta try out that, Asian spot, that Japanese cuisine to understand, to learn if that's going to work for you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, mastering your world and learning yourself is the goal, and, all the steps to get there are going to be different for each person. Not everybody's wise. Some people have to bump their heads a few times to understand, more about themselves. But there are some people who don't have to do that. They learn from the elders, They learn from the ones who've been through what they've been through. And they take it as fact, So that depends on each person. Each person is going to be different. But even in doing that, learning yourself to learn how you work, learn how you think, I'm someone who's very visual. When someone's teaching me something, I have to see it. I have to see an example of it. Or I have to see something similar to what you are desiring to be the end product for me to do it. I'm not someone, I don't work well with you just explaining it, and then giving me a pen and paper and saying, well, do it. Nah, I have to see it being done. But that's me. I'm visual. Other people are the opposite. They're auditory. They can just hear it one time and they got it, So it's learning how you work is the move, you know what I mean? Or I should say learning how you move is the move, you know what I mean? So keep that refreshed, keep that refined, and stay on your square with that. You know what I mean? Because ain't nothing like learning yourself and knowing, how you can manipulate your own life, how you can manipulate your own self. You know what I mean? You can even break it down to whatever goal you want to achieve. If you want to learn how to lose weight, if you want to learn how to work on cars, if you want to learn how to be a dentist, what have you, you still have to break it down to smaller goals that you have to learn yourself in order to start to work on those goals. So similar to what I said earlier, you have to learn how you learn, understand how your brain works, think about past situations you've been in. How did you get out of that? You know what I mean? So, you just figure it all out, man. You just are. And, it's good that you start, whenever you get some time. Because what'll happen is, and I've noticed this over the years, what'll happen is people will not grow. They won't learn. But they'll just get older. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure someone comes to mind right now in your life whom is probably in their 30s, 30s, 40s, 50s, probably even a 60s, whom still act like a little kid, or still treat life as though, it's something where, you have to kind of guess about it or some shit, So, they never took that time to try to learn themselves, to try to learn a world. They never did it. They just simply never did it. Whether it was due to trauma, laziness, fear. Fear is a big one. But whatever the reason, they just simply never did it. They just got older. Just got older, just grew gray hairs, but didn't, give themselves that benefit of learning themselves. They never took that time. But yet they still act like little kids, And this has nothing to do with success. It could play a part in it, but not really. Nowadays, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm in human services, and it's people who have their masters, their doctorates, who still act immature, man. Because going to school and writing down what someone tells you, that's easy shit. You see what I'm saying? Completing an assignment, that's easy work. But the real work is internal. That's the hard work. That's stuff that people really don't want to do. You know what I mean? And so they let it sit. They just grow old, And that's my thing too, man. Not to go off into a tangent, but just the simple fact that, you made the bed that you lay in, Even if you've been through something, some type of trauma, some type of adversity, you never went to go get help with that. You know what I mean? You always stay in that fear mindset, And not everybody do that. Not everybody just let fear overwhelm them and they just let it override their life. No. Some people have been through some stuff. Been through some crap. Figured a way, to get help with that. To get assistance. And they pushed through. They didn't let it just sit, on top of them all day. Affecting their daily life, and they just got older. Nah, they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. So, taking that time, man, taking that luxury to allow yourself to, to grow. That's the goal. That's the goal. So continue to master yourself, man. Continue to, develop your craft, develop your learning, mastering yourself, man. Especially, like I said, man, if you're trying to get into a relationship or even a friendship, it's the same thing. You and that person have to be parallel in at least, the pivotal facets of your life. If you're a teacher, it'll probably be education. If you're a trainer, it'll most likely be fitness. If you're a actor, it most likely has to be some type of drama, some type of entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? So surrounding yourself with people who support those facets, that should be your goal, That should be your goal. You know what I mean? So, I won't make this too long. I like to keep these videos at the 10-minute mark. And we're getting fairly close. So I'm going to end off on this. If you are often having trouble with people, it's typically your fault. I'm going to say it again. If you're typically having trouble with people, whether it be friends, family, relationships, kids, whomever, it's typically you. You know why? Because you haven't taken the time to learn yourself, to learn what you like, to learn who will mesh well with you, to learn yourself enough and to trust yourself enough that you can do better. You know what I mean? It's that loneliness, it's that fear, man. That's what, keeps people tied down. Like I said, man. But that's when you have to just, be you. Do you. Might gotta be dolo for a while. Might got to go to certain restaurants by yourself. Go to certain clubs by yourself. You know, and that's fine. You know, so learn yourself, and you'll learn the world, man. That's it. Peace.